Yo. So what I'm going to walk you through today is how to overcome, common pain points with generating ad creatives. So if you don't know me, my name's Joe. I'm the founder of the 100 Glove and 3 other e-commerce brands. All of our success, or I like to contribute most of our success to the way we test creatives at scale. At any given point, we're testing in between 15 and 20 every single day across our brands. So I like to think I know quite a lot about this topic. You learn a lot through doing rounds in the ring. So I'm just going to kind of walk you through what we've learned and how to overcome common objections. Okay, so obviously with your ad creatives, you can really monitor success by the way they perform. If we look at return on ad spend, return on investment, that's what we want to look at. So with effective ads, of course, it's a poor return on ad spend, increased customer acquisition costs, below average click-through rates, and no scalability. Obviously with our process, of course, increased return on ad spend, decreased cost per acquisition, above average click-through rate, and of course they're scalable, right? So problem number one across the board is inconsistent offers, okay? So a common problem is offers and promotions that differ across various ads, causing confusion among customers, okay? So I see a lot of brands, they throw a lot of shit at the wall and hoping for something to stick. It doesn't work. We've been a victim of this before where we're testing, for example, for us, 2 pairs for £90, which is our best performing offer. We've then thrown in free glove personalization. We've then thrown in a free item with every single order. Yes, if you test them one by one, I'm sure they will work, but think of how things work in terms of frequency. Customers don't just see your ad once, they see them 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. And if they're seeing different offers across the board every time they see an ad, they're going to think, fuck, what do I do here? There's too much to comprehend. So you want to stick to one offer. So standardize your offers and promotions, ensure consistency by developing a unified offer that aligns with your brand and campaign goals. As I just said, our best performers is 2 pairs for £90. So across all of the creative testing we're doing per day, as I said, which is 15 and 20 every single day, there's one common denominator and it all features the 2 pairs for £90. Okay, so every time someone sees one of our ads, they're going to be directed towards the landing page that is 2 pairs for 90, and it also signifies the offer across all of our creatives. Nice and simple. Okay, so number 2 is, of course, the lack of social proof. I think the highest leverage component you can put into your ads is social proof. Like for us, we always put trusted by 10,000 keepers. Most of the time we put a review in the title because, of course, it just gives instant credibility and people trust you from the get-go. So if people are not seeing that, they're going to think, what the fuck is this? Why am I bothering with this? Okay, so the problem is ads that lack credibility without testimonials, reviews, or UGC. And the solution, of course, as I just said, is letting your customers do the selling for you. You want to include customer reviews, ratings, and testimonials. You can always find these, like for us, we're pretty heavy on Trustpilot. We've got tons of reviews through Luke's as well. So it's all about trying to find a review which hit on pain points. For us, once more, these gloves are the stickiest gloves I've ever used. That's what people want to hear. So you want to leverage that into your creative as best as you can because it disarms them from the get-go. Nice and simple, and it should kind of explain itself. Number 3, no data-driven insights. You never shoot in the dark. I think that's the main takeaway. You never shoot in the dark. Creative decisions are made without, as you can see, the problem, creative decisions are made without analysing performance data, leading to ineffective ads. So the solution for that is utilising analytic tools to gather data on your ad performance. Use these insights to optimise your creatives, focus on elements that drive engagement and also conversions. We use a tool, as you can see here, called Motion. I'm not sure how it works. Obviously, you're connected to your ad account and whatnot, and it breaks down all the key components like your click-through rate, the purchase rate, the return on ad spend as per that specific creative. So you're trying to gather as much data points as you possibly can, so you can go away and kind of iterate based on what's performing well and what isn't. You want to cut your losers nice and quick, but you also want to create those iterations, the variations of your winners nice and quick too. You want to find a balance in between both. So Motion, I think they have a 7-day free trial, and after that, the plan is really affordable. So if you're pushing creators at scale, 100% I recommend this app. Have a look and let me know what you think. Number 4, ineffective visuals. Now, the problem a lot of brands have, they don't utilize all of their assets as best as they could. For brands, typically, well, I'm assuming you're shooting pretty often, every month, every second month, maybe. You want to utilize those as best as you can. Now, there's tons of angles you can cook up with existing content, but what a lot of brands do, they take the studio imagery and just kind of edit those, Photoshop those, and it looks okay, but it doesn't look the best. So low quality images or videos decrease the appeal and the effectiveness of the ads. Now, the solution for that, of course, is just simply invest in high quality visuals that align with your brand. Use professional photographers who are, again, super affordable in this day and age, and stack those assets up to be used across all of your ads. There's angles we can tap into that you don't even realize exist. So the more you have, the better. And it goes without saying too. Number 5, lack of customer research. This is probably the number one thing brands don't do. They go based on what they kind of develop ads based on what looks good instead of actually what performs well. So you need to know every single thing about your customer. I preach this as much as I possibly, because if you're not hitting on pain points, if you're not speaking your customer's language, you have no hope. You have absolutely no hope. So the problem is ads are generic and not tailored towards a specific customer engagement, resulting in poor targeting. Okay, just to kind of add a bonus point on there, as you know, and as the old cliche goes, creative is the new targeting. So it's not something you can take lightly. Now, the solution for that is conduct research to develop detailed customer personas. Tailor ad creatives to address the needs, preferences, and pain points of each persona. Now, last week I actually wrote a guide on this, on how to carry this out effectively. I've put the link in here for you. So click that, follow the steps, and that will get automatically DM'd towards you. But yeah, it's pretty detailed, and it should give you absolutely everything you need. For all our clients and for all our internal brands, we use Reddit. It's probably the most underrated tool. So follow that guide and you should have more than enough than what you need. Okay. Number 6, your creatives are too busy. Again, you won't really know if it's too busy unless your eye is pretty well trained in terms of what you're trying to do. Now, cluttered ad designs distract customers and dilute the core message. Again, your core message should be, kind of going on key points, going on your angle, your offer, and all that fun stuff. And the solution for that is simplify your ad designs by focusing on clear, concise messaging. Use clear layouts, high quality visuals to ensure the main message stands out. So follow these points up here. Okay. Also recommend scrolling through my Twitter. We're posting creatives we're generating internally every single day. So if you're struggling for ideas, just go through my media. You'll come back with tons of different ideas. But the key takeaway is do not make them too busy. Do not overwhelm with too much text, too many UVPs, color coordination that isn't, affects the eye. Do you know what I mean? So try and keep it nice and simple. Number 7 is a poor call to action. Now, call to actions, they work incredibly well if they're utilized correctly. Now, weak or unclear call to actions fail to prompt the customer action, reducing conversion rates. In short, the customer, after looking at their ad, they have no idea what to do. Now, of course, the solution for that is craft strong, compelling call to actions that clearly instruct customers on the next step. Use action-orientated language that creates urgency and drives immediate responses. The simplest example would be a shop now. Another example could be utilizing FOMO. For example, shop now before we run out. Again, I put a tweet on this probably last week as well, so obviously check that out too. Tons of different spin-offs you can go with that, but just simply let the customer know what they need to do. It's all well and good showcasing the product, but you want to treat people like babies, right? So they need to know exactly what the next step is, because of course the end outcome has to be them purchasing your product. That's the purpose of the ads, right? So bear that in mind. Number 8 is generic messaging. The problem, of course, with that is ads lack a unique voice or value proposition, blending in with your competitors and the entire ad echo chamber. You need to stand out within your ads. That's the only way the customer is going to buy from you. It's the only way you're going to cut through the noise. So you don't want to say very simple stuff is, for example, the best pair of gloves. What does that mean? Define best. So you want to develop a distinct brand voice and highlight unique selling points. Ensure messaging resonates with the target audience and differentiates your brand from its competitors. Okay, nice and simple. Our USP for the glove brand is the stickiest gloves on the market. We say that because every single goalkeeper we know wants gloves that are sticky. Another angle we use is durability. A common industry pain point is gloves that deteriorate after little to no use. How can we bridge that gap? Okay, so we position our gloves as durable, as ultra sticky, they're comfortable. So it's all about cutting through the noise and getting the customer, or telling the customer exactly what they want to hear. Number 9 is ignoring your competitors. Not just competitors, but the wider ad market, okay? So the problem is not analysing successful ad strategies of competitors, leading to missed opportunities and allowing them to take your market share. Now, unless you're the market leader, which is going to be extremely unlikely unless you're doing hundreds of £1 million in revenue every single year, there's takeaways you can take from competitors. Like for us, we're probably, I think it's fair to say we're probably one of the DTC leaders, but we've got much bigger players who focus specifically on retail, for example. But we take away components from them every single day. Like we want to study their language, the way they structure things, the way they present their product. Just taking those little components and applying them to our own ads that allows us to kind of take that market share back. Now, study your competitors to gain insights into effective strategies, adapt and improve. So always take the best that exists and make it better. I can't remember who says that quote exactly, but it always sticks into my mind because, of course, it helps you enhance your own ad performance. Now, a fantastic tool for that is foreplay.co. We use this extensively in-house, and it's probably one of the best tools you can find. Again, only cheap, very cost-effective. I think it's around $50 every single month for its basic plan. That should give you more than enough than what you need. But Foreplay, it's absolutely fantastic. So check that out. We'll put a link there. Do what you've got to do with that. Number 9, it relates to point 6 again. But text overuse, okay? So the problem is ads with too much text can overwhelm viewers, leading to disengagement. No one wants to read a Bible passage in their ads. You know, you should be hooking people, stopping that scroll from the get-go, okay? So the solution for that is use minimal, impactful text, pair concise copy with strong visuals to communicate your message effectively. So short and snappy, nice, quick pain points, picking on pain points, showcase your UVPs, a nice, short, snappy title. Again, if you want to go through my media to find out exactly how we do it, I would recommend doing so. Again, the key takeaway from that is, not overwhelming the user. Number 10, again, is probably the biggest shortcoming brands have is not testing effectively. Testing is really, really simple if you know how to set your ad account up correctly. Now, for us, for every concept we generate 3 variations of that. Now that variation can be different elements for testing, different titles, different headers, different visuals, different structures, different colors. There's no shortage of what you can and can't do. The most important thing is test different things at different times, okay? So the easiest way you can do that, as I said, one concept, 3 variations of that one concept. And when you're uploading it to Meta, put it into a DCT because that allows the Meta algorithm to do all of the heavy lifting and test out what works for you. Now, this is a topic I can go very deep on, but once you've cracked it, it's really simple to do. And again, I probably will make a separate video and a separate tweet about that. But again, DCT, 3 creatives per DCT, and off you go. Okay. Now, as a bonus point, the problem, if your creatives aren't performing well and you lack the bandwidth or expertise to manage them at a high level every single week, book a call in with me. I'll put the link in there. As I said before, we're testing every single day, 10 to 15 creatives. We figure out quickly what works and what doesn't. We're spending thousands every single month across our accounts. So if there's no better person to speak to, I would say it would be me. So if you're struggling, if you're looking to build this at a high level, book in this call. And yeah, I will put a link to this in my tweet. Hopefully you find out some value. If you've got any questions, my DMs are open and I look forward to hearing from you.